Supply and demand is what determines market direction. That is to say, when the demand is high, price moves up, and when supply is high, price moves down. In simple terms, in an uptrend, demand is in control. And in a downtrend, supply is in control. The market is an interaction between buyers and sellers. And through supply and demand, we can get to know who is in control. Where demand represents buyers and supply represents sellers. At the start of every impulsive move, there is either demand or supply that led to this impulse. After every impulse move, it is always followed by a pullback before a continuation. No one knows what the market is going to do next. That is why we look to get into continuation trades after the impulsive move happens. Now the question is, how do we identify supply and demand? Allow me demonstrate how we can identify supply and demand in the next examples. Step 1. Identify the trend. This is essential because we know that in an uptrend demand is in control, and in a downtrend supply is in control. Let us use an example of a downtrend. We will be looking for supply zones since the market is in a downtrend. Please watch the video about market structure before proceeding to the next steps. Step 2. Identify and map out the current swing high and swing low. Now that you are done mapping out the current swing points, wait for a break of structure. When we get a break of structure, this confirms our new supply range. In a downtrend, a supply range is the range that takes out the current swing low. Price will always pull back into a supply range before a continuation to the downside. Step 3. Find and mark out supply zones within a supply range. You may want to note this down. We look for supply zones only inside a supply range that breaks structure. A supply zone is an area where a lot of sellers came into the market, leading to an impulsive move to the downside. When marking out supply and demand zones, we look for an impulsive push in price, and at the start of that impulse is where we find true supply and demand zones. Let us see how this type of price action is represented using candlesticks. This is what we call a buy to sell candle, and it represents the area where supply got into control. The engulfing candlestick represents impulsive move in the market. The engulfed candle is considered as the range in price before an impulsive move. This is what we look for when marking out supply zone. When marking